My name is Cassie and I'm the founder of Fatco, where we use these guys to make this stuff. Let me explain. At Fatco, we specialize in making natural and organic skin and body care products, many of which contain tallow. It's nutrient dense and healing. It's extremely high in vitamins A, D, K, and E, all super important for skin health. It's natural, it's healthy, and it's sustainable.
The fact that people are saying, oh yeah, when you're finals MVP, you are now the best player on the planet, to me, that makes no sense whatsoever.
My opinion, Patrick Williams had a phenomenal rookie season. I feel like on the defensive end, he played well. He guarded the team's best players.
Yo, Celtics in the finals. Your boy Pride don't know how to fuck to act. Yo, Mike, question. Where's Chicago? Not here, so we chilling, bro. I've been waiting. This is the moment I've been waiting for. I've been acting a fool. I don't know what's wrong with me, man. I got braids and we won, and I didn't know what to do, so I took them off. I'm a mess right now. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Prideful Takes podcast. As always, the ugliest motherfucker on the internet. It's your boy Pride, joined by Mike. Mike, how you feeling, my guy?
I'm feeling good, man. Can't complain.
Yuki says Pride's favorite month, June. Get it? June, Pride month. I'll stop. Yo, I felt special too because like the NFL did their whole Pride thing, and same thing with the MLB. I felt special. I was like, Pride, let's get it. And then I remember June is Pride month, so I was like, oh, I ain't as special as I thought I was. Because apparently your hair doesn't know how to act. My entire body don't know how to act, my guy. Boston in 4. I'm saying that to piss people off. John Morant is a bum. What else? Ryan Tannehill is a top 5 quarterback. How else can I piss somebody off? Yo, Mike, I was getting crucified yesterday, bro. I was getting crucified. I had to commit to some hot takes. Hey, yo, Mike, if you're serious, let me know. I'll send you the link if you're serious, bro. But yo, Mike, I had some wild takes. I had to commit though. But we got a packed show. Obviously, KD and Draymond back at it again. I'm confused. I'm convinced that they're brothers because these dudes be arguing way too damn much. Russ is, I guess, on his way back to LA with a new head coach. Are they going to be able to do nothing? God knows. And as y'all heard by my host soliloquy, game 1 tomorrow, the Boston Celtics prepare to beat the Golden State Warriors by at least 20. Anything less than 20, I will consider a loss. Mike, am I a little too hyped up about it? Am I a little too hyped up?
Nah, you good, bro. You good. As any fan would be. I mean, they finally broke through, so it's only right to have some fun with it.
As long as I'm allowed to have my moment, my guy. That's all.
It's been a tough journey for the Boston Celtics.
It has been under 500 to the NBA Finals. What a bounce back. I wish my credit could bounce back like that. But before we get into all of that, obviously the Heat and Mavs lost in their respective conference finals. What should each team do? Mike, we're going to start with the Mavs first. Let me know how you feel about it, because I believe that they need a legitimate number 2. People have been telling me they need a big man, and my thing is they like to play small, so the big man that you get needs to be a big man that can keep up, like a DeAndre Ayton, who can keep up because he's young, like something like that. But me personally, I think they need a consistent number 2. I like Jalen Brunson. I like him, but he is not yet consistent enough. Not that he can't be, or not that he won't ever will be. But right now, and that's assuming that they keep him, he's a little too inconsistent for him to be your number 2. Zach LaVine going to Dallas, something like that. Or if the Utah Jazz is sick and they want to blow it up and maybe trade Donovan Mitchell for some picks or something like that. Am I out of pocket for saying before they look at the big men, they need to find themselves at someone who can at worst be a consistent number 2? Not even a number 2. kind of like what LeBron and Kyrie was back in Cleveland, where everyone knew, yeah, Bron is better, but Kyrie's still a bucket. You still got to respect them. So you can have LeBron kind of rest on the court while Kyrie does his thing. Am I out of pocket for feeling that, or do you think there's another hole that they need to address?
I mean, no, I agree with you. If I'm looking at a big man for them, if I were to go big man, I'll probably go Miles Turner.
Oh, yeah. I heard people say that, and I do like that because not only can he keep up, but he could shoot the three, which can help spread the floor. So I have heard that name, and I do like that name.
So it depends on what pieces they got to give up. I believe they do try to make a trade move. Brunson or Dinwiddie gonna have to come off as a trade piece. If I'm leaning towards keeping one, I probably would keep Dinwiddie. Even though Brunson is younger, to me, I just think Dinwiddie is more consistent. Not saying Brunson can't become more consistent because he can, but I gotta pay him. I think Dinwiddie contract up in 2 more years or so.
I want to. I'll tell you right now because I want to say yes. Oh, my boy Mike in the building. Mike, what up,
man?
baby?
What up,
Chilling, bro? What's the word?
Yo, the word is that your boy Jimmy Butler couldn't hack. He couldn't hack it, bro. He couldn't hack it. Let me see. Mike, I think there it is. Go ahead.
As much as I love that, man, second half of the season, and Pride said it every single day. That's why I remember it. 9% from three. For whatever reason, you thought that was okay. Oh, well, if he hit it, he would have been a legend. Yeah, well, and if I would have went to college, my family would have been proud of me. So,
Thank you.
We can do this all day.
But Mike, hold on to that because we're going to be talking about that. We're going to talk about that in a few. One question I do have for you is me and other Mike was talking about it, right?
Yes, sir.
Matter of fact, Mike, when y'all both here, I'm going to refer to y'all by y'all last names. That way we make it easier. So me and Brooks was talking, right? And by the way, Brooks, real quick. So Spencer Dinwiddie, I think, so he's got this year coming in. So in 2024, he's a free agent. So they got him for 2 more years. All right, refer to Spencer Dinwiddie. If I'm mistaken, Brunson is basically a free agent.
Yeah.
If they don't, re-sign him and bring him back and all that stuff. So, but let me ask you something, Mike or Hughes. Let me ask you something. Dallas Mavericks, what do they need to do? Like, what pieces do they need to make? Because Luka's not even in his prime yet, and he got you to the Western Conference Finals. So with some extra moves, maybe it's something legit. What you thinking?
I think there's a lot of different directions it could go. The big one for me was always Jokic, is get Jokic in the building because you know how close they are. But obviously that's a situation, one, financially, like that's going to be something in itself to where the rest of it is just going to be G League, veteran minimums. But I don't think that's in the wheelhouse of possibilities. I think a center is definitely a question. You need a real center. You need a real big. Kristaps wasn't that. Everybody knows Kristaps is a forward, just in a 7-foot man's body. But it really comes down to me, what you're going to do with Brunson. Because I feel like Brunson, and I'm going to say it in the most respectful way possible, I look at Brunson the way I look at Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson in the finals. Like, I felt like he's popping off right now, but let's not sit here and act like Pride. I can say whatever I want on here, right?
Yeah.
Let's not act like anybody knew who the fuck Jalen Brunson was 6 months ago. Like, no one cared.
You got it.
Like, I didn't. Dude, I didn't even know his name was Jalen. I was like, I just called him Brunson. Like, I had to look it up to say it on the show last week. I was like, what's his first name? And I was like, Jamal. Like, I didn't know. I knew it was with a J, but I'm lying. I didn't even know it was with a J. I just guessed. But it's one of those things I feel like, and this is me as a Bulls fan talking, I feel like if you could somehow sign and trade Brunson so he just doesn't walk, if you could get Zach LaVine and something else like a Kobe White, or even if you give up Powell, like it's something to where I feel like you just need another solidified all-star, but you can't have another dog in there. And that's why I suggest Zach, because Zach's one of those guys where I question his mentality a lot, like that killer in him. Like he will pass the ball to DeMar if he has to pass the ball, and DeMar's going to shoot an air ball. But with Luka, I feel like Zach and Luka in the same backcourt, I feel like that would be pretty solid. But I definitely think they can't let Brunson walk.
Yeah, I mean, I will say this: if I definitely don't let Brunson walk, I do like him. I do think he does need a little bit of time before he could be that consistent too. He's gonna
Right.
like that basically Robin role that he basically was able to do for a little bit. But in order for him to be that consistent, I think he needs more time. Mike or Brooks, you're smiling.
I'm just listening.
Because Hughes, I said, if I'm Dallas, I try to go get Zach LaVine.
Oh yeah,
100%. Because, and I'm not saying this because of some anti-Bulls slander or anything.
well,
like that,
no,
but,
you are. It's just unrelated right now. You know what I mean?
Oh, you got it, coach. You got it. Even
Unrelated.
though I was rocking with y'all, but whatever.
Yeah.
I do think if you get LaVine, he's a solid too. Another name that Brooks brought up, and I was talking with Chris about this, Gonzo, Miles Turner, which kind of fits. Really, you don't like that? I honestly, let me tell you why I personally like it. I like it because it's a big who can keep up with them in terms of like when they want to do their small ball stuff and they want to run and gun. He can keep up, and he could stretch the floor and shoot a three. So I feel like you're basically like the reason you put Maxi Kleber out there, you're getting a better version of him in Miles Turner.
Right.
And stack on the fact that Miles Turner, I'm not going to make an argument that he's like the greatest defensive player in the history of the league. I'm not even going to pretend. I'm not going to pretend. You're not going to catch me doing that.
I feel you.
But he's pretty solid, especially considering what else they got. In my opinion, honestly, if you're going to get a big man and you don't want to go get Ayton, I think Turner is another beautiful fit. You're shaking your head no. Let me hear your response.
I don't fuck with Miles at all. That's just point blank period. I don't like Miles. I don't like his face. I don't like the way he looks. I don't like the name Miles with a Y. I think that's weird. But there's a lot of different ways you can go about it. And my big thing again is the sign and trade thing. If Halliburton is coming too, that's great. But he's not, and that's the reality of the situation. So I feel like instead of getting a DeAndre Ayton, instead of solving one problem, I feel like you have to solve multiple. And I think it goes a lot deeper than just, they need a big man or they need a number two. Like you need a 2 and a 3 and maybe even a 4 if we're being completely honest. Luka put them on their back, but there's a reason why they got a gentleman's sweep out of Golden State because you're not deep enough for this Western Conference. Like one for me, Pride and Brooks, I wanted to get your take on it too, especially in the East. You look at what the Knicks are doing. If you can give a couple first-round picks and Brunson for Julius Randle and Mitchell Robinson, or Cam Reddish, Mitchell Robinson, and somebody else, then you're having that conversation of, okay, we have a big man. We solved it in Mitchell Robinson. You got to bank on him being healthy the same way you got to bank on Miles Turner being healthy because Miles Turner was effed up too. So, I mean, you have to – was he though? I have no idea because, you're in Indiana. So, shout out Joe, but sorry. But it's one of those things where it's more to me of a sign and trade than anything. It's more than that for a free agency signing. I feel like the free agency signings are going to be like a Grayson Allen or one of them low key deals. You're not going to get a big splash from the Mavs, especially with Luka's deal. So I feel like if you could get like Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson, and something else for the future and Brunson, I feel like that's a good option. But if all the Mavs do is bring Ayton, 2K is going to be raw. Don't get it wrong. Like, don't get it twisted. The pick and rolls will be disgusting. But that Mavs team still, to me, it would remind me of Utah. It would look just like the Utah Jazz with Mitchell and Rudy. And it wouldn't be the same to me because everybody around them is just kind of like, whatever. That's just me, though.
I don't think we can hear you, Pride.
I'm muted. I'm a clown. Technology. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you need that 1-2 punch, and that's why you kind of need somebody who can give you like another scoring option.
Right.
Because then if you get that, now instead of having to go and get a top tier center, you can just get someone who's solid. Now you can go get like a Miles Turner. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's how I'm looking at it anyway.
I think that Knicks deal made perfect sense because I feel like the Knicks will be interested in Jalen Brunson. I'm pretty sure they probably give up whatever just to get him because they probably feel like they're gonna need a point guard. I wouldn't take Julius Randle. I'll take Robinson, maybe Cam Reddish, Evan Fournier.
I would take Julius Randle.
Yeah, I don't think him and Luka.
I think they'll be fine. I really do.
I mean, regular season, but I can't trust Julius Randle in the playoffs.
Hey,
think about it,
Rose.
but think about have fun trusting him, bro. He can't even trust his own knees. All I'm saying with Julius Randle,
Stop it.
I'm out here slandering. I don't care. I'm slandering everybody, bro.
I let that Josh shit slide, but that's
I don't give a flying for doodle stick, bro. I said what I said. Did I mean it? I don't know. But Rob says Julius is a crybaby.
So is Luka.
Yeah, definitely. And I love Luka, but that's why I'm saying, like, you don't have to fully trust Julius Randle.
Right.
Because Julius Randle's not the number one. Luka's still running the show, and Julius Randle will get a couple, he'll get a couple touches here and there, you know what I mean? And, be able to give you a respectable 20. That's just me.
No, I think it would really change his perspective back too, because, I felt like that, what was it, probably that 2021 season, it was like no one really took Julius seriously because you didn't know night in and night out if he was going to be able to do what he did. And then, 2022 happens, everybody's preparing for him, and it's a down year, but it's really just because defenses have been preparing for him. If he goes back to that kind of number 2, 3 option, I feel like he would get a lot better looks. He would get a lot more comfortable. He'd be able to do his thing. The only thing is, like, to Brooks's point, it's one of those things where it's like, Julius is great with the ball in his hand. And when they brought in Kemba, when they brought in D Rose full time and all that, it's kind of one of those things where it's like you're not as productive. And Luka is damn well not giving him the ball up the court. So, I mean, it really just depends. I think it could work. It could not.
It is a risk. It really is.
But at this point, you have to risk it, though, right?
You have to. That's just how I'm looking at it. You almost have no choice but to be like, look, man, we're going to have to try to do something.
Right.
Because think about it. Like, look, we're starting, like, and Hughes, you already said it. We're starting to look at them already like we look at the Utah Jazz.
Yeah, like, second round. That's it.
Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, and the sad part about it is we're looking at them like that, and they just made the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, it's like, and honestly, I'm only looking at them like that if they bring in a center. Right now, I'm looking at them like, that was dope, but I don't think y'all could do it again like that.
Right.
I don't
know, man. All I know is Dallas, stop. Don't mess up Luka, man, because losing Luka in his prime, shoot. That is going to be brutal. Now, the conversation that Mike wants, both Mikes want, Jimmy Butler's goofy ass was like,
I don't want this.
He's like, I'm Def Goey. I get the ball. Let me shoot your tweet. Oh, I meant it. By far the dumbest thing he could have done, especially considering if you look at the entire situation. I'm just going to throw it out there. For all the people out there who got mad at me for calling it a stupid shot, if you think it was a good shot, with all due disrespect, go get an IQ test and let's figure out if you're on the spectrum.
Right.
And I mean this with the most amount of disrespect possible.
I think it was a good shot. It was the wrong dude shooting it, dude. Like,
no. Look, he said that was a great shot. Let me ask you a question. I want to ask you a question. In what world, when you're down 2, is a guy who's not even shooting 30% from the 3-point line?
That's what I mean. It was a good shot.
But he's still shooting it. Therefore, it's a bad shot.
Wrong, good shot, wrong guy. Like, that's how
like for example, if Rudy Gobert somehow finds himself wide open in the short corner 3 and he shoots it, that's a bad shot because he's not a shooter.
Right. Yeah,
Period.
no, 100%. It's one of those things. Like I said it with Randy Jowers. I was like, if that was Dame, that would have been game. That would have been game. But you're not, dude. You shot 9% in the second half of the season, and you didn't really do anything in the playoffs to show me otherwise. Tyler Hero's not there. Hey, and respectfully, I don't know who the fuck Vincent is, but die. Because I don't know why his confidence was to shoot every single three on that damn team that game. Because I was just watching this kid brick every single three he took. I don't know where this kid got the confidence or who gave him the green light, but they need to be fired.
I promise you that was their exposure. I don't know who to. And matter of fact, and I'm watching the games. Every time he had the ball, I felt comfortable. I was excited. Yo, Brooks, I was hyped. Because I was like, he's shooting it. He was like, yeah, he's shooting it. By the way, Rob says he was the reason that Miami was in the game. I'm living and dying by Jimmy. They did not want to see the Celtics in overtime. And you can live and die by Jimmy, and that's fine. Just have good life insurance, so that way your loved ones are taken care of. Because you just died by him doing butts. And this is why I've been screaming at the top of my lungs, this guy's not a superstar. It's cute and adorable how people are saying, oh yeah, I'm willing to live and die by Jimmy Butler. Where was this in the same playoffs when the guy was scared to? My guy was out here being like Bam Adebayo, mad scared to shoot the ball. You can say what you want about Jason Tatum. At the bare minimum, when he was missing shots, what did he do? I'm messing up. I can still distribute. I can still rebound. And I can still defend. So even though I can't shoot right now, I'm giving you more. Every time Jimmy Butler had a bad night, what was he doing? Kyrie Irving 2.0, his goofy ass. Not knowing, what do I do now? I don't know how to play basketball. Play defense. What? What does that mean? What do I do? And Mike, that's your superstar? Hughes, that's your superstar? Yeah. Keep him. That's your superstar? Keep him. Look, man, I don't care that he kept him in the game.
Hey,
I'm gonna say,
you know what?
Go ahead.
Jaylen Brown deserves Western Conference Finals MVP, and no one can tell me otherwise.
Oh no, I have no problem with anyone saying that. In my opinion, I have no problem anyway. I understand why they gave it to Jason Tatum, but if you ask me for my vote, oh yeah, 100%, because he was throwing his shit. I'm gonna tell you this right now. If he doesn't wear that Kobe band, Game 7, they don't give it to him. I'm telling you that right now.
Did you, Pride? I meant to send it to you, bro. Someone edited it and said, "I got you tonight, bro." And then it was
Kobe's like, "You got what? Go."
Kobe's response was Warriors in 4, and I pissed my pants laughing.
No. And by the way, and they say Jimmy was hooping this series.
He was hooping, but
for 2 games.
Yeah, but so
for 2. Whoa! For 2 games.
Yeah, but that's
for 2 games. Hold on, 2 games. He was okay. The rest, huh?
About 3. You can say maybe 4. Game 1. He had 40.
All right, fine. 3. My bad. 3. Other 4, my guy was putting up Tyler Hero numbers, and in your hero, aka the sidekick, wasn't even playing. But that's a superstar.
Game 2, he had 30 as well.
I don't give a flying shit.
I blame Kyle
Lowry. He was playing basketball. He was hooping.
Okay, I get it. Technically, he was hooping because he was playing basketball. I get it. I understand that. But again, stop playing. I screamed this from my dying breath. You're not winning a chip with Jimmy Butler as your best player. He's way too inconsistent. That's why I don't call him a superstar, period. I don't care what anybody says. Superstars are different because when you can't shoot, what happens? They're able to still impact the game in different ways. I don't know who the fuck told Jimmy Butler you're a scorer. I don't know who Eric Spoelstra. If you told this man he's a scorer, you need to be fired.
Well, who said they was winning the champion? Me and you both said beginning of this season
I'm just saying. I'm not talking about you, Brooks. It's this motherfucker right here, Hughes. This motherfucker told me, yo, he looked me in the. I said, hold on, don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. Hold on. This is what my man said. He had me so sensitive. I was butthurt for a minute. Hold on. Wait for it.
I left Pride alone for a couple of days.
Bro. Damn it, it's not here. Where is it?
I don't know.
Damn, you lucky. Nah, he we were talking. My guy had the nerve talking about, oh yeah, Miami Heat is 6. or 6 or 7, some shit like that. And he was throwing Jimmy Butler. I was like, hey, yo, fuck out of here. This is why I took it personally. And I took it personally. I didn't even play for them. But guess what I did? I called Ime. Yo, Ime, you hear this motherfucker? He laughing. Key. And after that, I FaceTime Marcus Smart. And he just happened to be with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. I'm like, yo.
Don't do that. Don't do that, because Marcus tried to sell you, bro. That last 2 minutes.
Tried
to sell
yo,
you.
I'm so glad he did it, bro. I'm so glad.
Marcus was selling.
Word of my mother, I rubbed my eyes. I swear to God, I saw a Heat jersey on this motherfucker. I was like, yo, you're trying to make sure we don't make the. What are you doing, dog? What are you doing? But look, this is all I'm going to say. And then, Brooks, I'm going to throw it to you. That was by far the dumbest shot I've ever seen in an Eastern Conference Finals game, period. You're looking at a guy who in the past 3 seasons hasn't even shot the 3-point ball at a 30% clip. Second half of the season, my guy is insane. Listen, let that be LeBron shooting 9% from 3 in the second half. Let that be Kevin Durant. We used to kill Giannis for doing that. You don't remember what we used to do to Giannis? And I hate Giannis with a passion. I hate him with a passion. But you remember what we did to him? You remember how bad we came on him?
I
and
know
Jimmy Butler, a freaking velociraptor with crooked teeth, bro.
I want to ask Brooks though, before he gets into all of it. Like, I think about it, it's the same conversation to me, and I got a little bit of backlash on it. It's literally what the Kawhi shot would have been if it didn't go in. It's the same thing. It's like that.
I don't think so. The only reason why I say no is because you actually have seen footage of him practicing that shot. And he's done that shot in games before. Granted, not at that buzzer, but he's done that shot before. That's why I'm not mad at him for doing that.
If Kawhi took that shot and bricked it the way Jimmy did, and Toronto loses, and then Kawhi leaves, Toronto would have had his ass the rest of his career, like 110%. And it's that conversation of like, if it would have went in, again, Jimmy would have been a hero, but it was just a horrible basketball move, especially respect to all power to Al Horford. But that man was you could tell that man was about to be on skates, bro. He was backpedaling. Jimmy was
Jimmy Butler was just dribbling. He was already falling. How you pre-fall?
I was like, oh, this is it. And then I was like,
think about it. With 11 seconds left, you either just drive, and Miami was getting calls like crazy. They were already getting calls. So you drive, you get the call, boom, you're going to the line for 2, hit those 2, and you Gucci. Or if you want the 3 that bad, why don't you just wait? You had 11 seconds. Mike, I got a blow up pic of your face above my bed so I can see your face before. Oh, so he basically said he's got like, remember those tops things back in the day, tops of the baseball players? He's got one of those of you on the ceiling.
He got fat head.
But now, like, look, man, in my opinion, that was a horrible shot. Because I understand people are going to tell me it's because you're wide open. But I'm going to say this. Just because you're wide open doesn't mean it's a good shot. Because it also depends on the person shooting the shot. It's the same thing. If a guy shoots it from 40, that's a bad shot, period. Unless you're fucking Steph Curry. Then it's a good shot. Because Steph does that. He does that. So, Mike, do you think it was a good shot, Mike?
I mean, if I'm coach, I ain't mad at the shot. Like, I'm looking at it like this man played the whole game. If I'm Jimmy Butler, I know for a fact if I'm going to overtime, who the fuck else stepping up? Okay, Bam was playing good. Kyle Lowry playing like trash. Nobody else stepping up. If I go into overtime, get the Celtics team, we losing. So why not try to win this game? I've been making majority of my shots right now, so let me just try for this 3. If I make it, I make it. If I miss, I miss. Like, so that's how I look at it. Like it was a bad shot just because he's not an excellent 3-point shooter. But if I'm a coach or a player, I'm taking that shot. If I'm Jimmy Butler playing the whole game, I'm tired as fuck. Like he literally played every damn minute of this game.
Nope. Nope. Negative. Nope. Negative, Ghost Rider. I'm not giving him that buy. Because when hold on, last year, when Kevin Durant, he dropped in game 7, what was it, 40? He played every single minute. He lost, and people killed him for it. I don't give a fuck.
I'm not people. I didn't kill Kevin Durant. I'm not people.
No, I'm just saying, I am not going to sit here and go poor Jimmy Butler. I'm not saying poor Jimmy Butler, but I understand the logic of taking a shot if I'm not trying to see this team in overtime. There's no logic. There's no logic. There's no logic. Because what people are trying to do, people are trying to make it seem like he only had 1 second.
No, I'm just
he had 11. He had plenty of time to wait for his team to come up and then run a play to get someone else an open 3.
Well, maybe he got paid to, miss that shot.
And listen, has he ever in his life been a 3-point shooter? Ever in his career?
No.
Okay, so he can't shoot threes.
We would never know. We would never know his mindset until we actually hear him like, hey, bro, why did you take that 3? Did he ever explain himself?
I don't care what his mind. I don't care what his mindset was. I don't care what his explanation was. It's still stupid. It's still stupid. Because you're not a 3-point shooter. Period. You're not a 3-point shooter. You've never in your career have been a 3-point shooter.
Yeah,
never in your career.
I understand that, but he probably was feeling himself. Like, we don't know what he was thinking in that moment.
I don't care what he's feeling. I don't give a flying shit how he's feeling.
Yes, it was a dumb shot, but I'm not going to be mad because he's the best player on the team, so I'm not going to be like, hey, bro, you can't take that shot. Like, this man.
No, I'm going to tell him that. You can't take that shot. I'm going to tell you that. Because you're not a shooter. If he was a shooter, we got a different conversation going.
Hey, you telling me if that was Giannis who took that shot, you think they was going to say something to Giannis?
Yeah. No, you want to know why? You want to know why we're not? Because Giannis not taking that shot. Because he knows himself. He's not taking that shot. Especially when you see an Al Horford who's already pre-stumbling. Think about it.
You don't know Jimmy Butler, man. Jimmy Butler, he feels himself, bro.
And that's fine. And guess what? He's feeling the L. So it don't matter. It's still a stupid shot. It's a bad shot. I don't care what anyone says. It's a bad shot, point blank, period. Because the guy is not a shooter.
But as a coach, I would not. I wouldn't care.
I would. And you want to know why? Because you cost us the game. Had you taken a step in, because Jimmy Butler has a nice mid-range. You take a step in, and then you shoot and miss, that's a different story, because you're a mid-range shooter. You got a nice mid-range. You had the best available shot you can at least make.
That is true. I don't know why he didn't take the I think Horford was then about in the paint. So that mid-range would have been cool, but I honestly think he was trying to win the game. I think he was trying to be a hero and win the game, to be honest with you. That's my opinion.
And that's fine. But I'm going to ask you a question.
He wanted to go for the win.
And here's my question. If Russell Westbrook shot that, what are we saying?
I'm just laughing because it's just fun laughing at Russell Westbrook.
Because it's a bad shot, right?
I seen Westbrook take those shots and hit them though. So it's like I'm not gonna sit here and just be like, hey bro, like
it's still a stupid shot.
But I'm saying if I have LeBron, I'd rather have the ball in LeBron's hand. But if this OKC Westbrook, okay, I'm cool with that. But if I got LeBron James on my team, Westbrook, what the fuck is you doing?
Let me ask you something. This year, you switch Russell Westbrook and Jimmy Butler, right? You switch them, right? And it's that same situation. Russ shoots that 3. Do you think that's a good shot or a bad shot?
I'm living with that because he's the best player on the floor. I'm living with
You can't do that. Because they're not 3-point shooters.
Yes, but we see
Westbrook dog shit at 3-point shooters.
Well, we seen Westbrook hit those 3-point shots
and for
against
every shot I've seen
Utah. He had a game winner against Utah in the playoffs. We seen him hit those game winner 3-point.
For every game winner 3-pointer he's got, there's 5 that he airballed.
Facts. But I'm saying, in that point in time, when you're on the floor, you're the best player on the team.
Nope.
I gotta live with. I can't just be mad at that. But if he was the Lakers, he just run up and jack a 3. When I got LeBron James, I'd rather have LeBron James, the ball on LeBron James. Saying I would live with LeBron taking that 3 over rest, bro, because LeBron James is the best player on the floor,
and because LeBron can shoot threes. That's the difference, because he can actually shoot that 3. He can actually shoot that 3. Now he's not Steph Curry, but he can shoot that 3.
All right, so let me ask you this: say LeBron James hurt, AD hurt, it's just Westbrook, and he hit that 3. So you're not cool with that? You're not cool with him taking a 3?
No, if he makes it, cool, whatever. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's a good shot.
I'm saying it's never a good shot, but I'm saying as a coach, I would be cool with it because he's the best player on the team.
I'm not going to be
on the
cool
court
with
right now.
I'm not going to be cool with that, because if you want a 3, what am I going to do? I'm going to draw up a play for the 3-point shooter if I want that 3 that bad. You got 11 seconds on the clock. I'm gonna be like, all right, bet, yo, like coaches all the time be calling plays, like, hey, yo, X, do this. Run a play and get someone else.
But they came off a rebound. They ain't come out of a timeout. They came off a rebound. Jimmy Butler pushed the ball. He wasn't thinking about making the play. He pushed the ball.
And that is why he lost, and he's not. That's why they're home. That's why, because I don't care what anyone says. Devin Booker gets that rebound. What is he doing?
He's taking the 3.
Why?
Because he's a.
Thank you.
Okay,
that's my point.
Okay, answer this. If it wasn't Jimmy Butler, who else you would have been cool with taking that 3 on the court? Let's say they like, fuck it, we going for the win. Who else you would be cool with taking that 3 on the court? Let's say their logic was get the rebound, we going for the win. I ain't trying to go to overtime.
Right now, I'm trying to remember who was on the floor. I don't think Kyle Lowry was on the floor.
I think it was Strus, Bam.
Bam. I know Butler was there. Was Duncan in there?
I don't think so.
I can't remember. If
it was maybe Victor.
Oladipo was there. No, I remember Oladipo was in there. He was in the
Vincent
lineup.
In the game?
He could have been.
I don't think PJ was in the game at the time. It probably was.
No, he wasn't.
Probably was Bam, Jimmy, Vincent, Oladipo, and Max Strus.
Oladipo or Strus. Or if you want Jimmy Butler shooting it, you know what you do? Penetrate. This is what I'm doing. I'm penetrating. I'm going for the layup. And when I go for that layup, and if I get fouled, I'm at least going to the line for 2. And if I'm not going to the line for 2 and I'm going for a line for 1, that means I got an N1. I'm going there, taking the 2 free throws, and then I'm going to intentionally foul. So that way you don't run the clock.
I mean, like I said, I agree with you.
Because now that gives you time. So while they're shooting, whoever you foul, they shoot the first one. Guess what? Now you got Jimmy Butler, who's probably going to bring the floor up. Who is he looking at? Eric Spoelstra, who everyone keeps telling me is this phenomenal coach. Everyone and their mom is telling me that this guy is a genius and he's next level. And that's what everyone is telling me. You go up, get the 2, you foul. Tie game, whoever's shooting, they shoot 2 free throws. You got Jimmy Butler, who's your best player, going and communicating with the coach, who's this phenomenal wizard, and you're now able to draw something up. I am not, bro. I didn't even go to college, and I'm telling y'all this stuff. Like, come on, man. This is stuff you learn in middle school. This is middle school basketball. If you can't if you're not a 3-point shooter, why are you shooting a 3?
But you talking about men who making millions, they don't care about if they can't hit a 3 or not. If they feel like they gonna take the shot, they gonna take the shot.
And that's fine. That's fine. Go ahead and take that shot. And you know what you're gonna take? A seat. Because of him, they're not in the NBA Finals. Period. And don't tell me talking about, oh my God, he kept them in the game. I understand he kept them in the game, but it is
bro. You talking to somebody who I had Boston win it. I had Boston win the series point, but I don't even care about this series. To me, this series was was probably one of the boringest series. To be honest with you,
To me, the only reason why I kept tabs was obviously because it was Celtics.
Yeah,
I think the most boring was Heat in Atlanta. That was just, dude. But, I couldn't do it.
But I'm just saying, if I'm yes, he could have. Yeah, to me, yes, he could have, did something different. But him taking that shot is like I can't not be mad at him because he's the best player on the team. Yes, it was a dumb shot, but if I'm a Eric Spoelstra, I couldn't be like, man, you took that shot, man. What the fuck are you doing?
By the way, Yuki goes, why do you hate Butler exactly? I don't hate him. I don't.
I mean, he's a good player, but like you said,
he's solid.
You're not going to win a championship with him as number one.
If he's your number one, you're not winning a championship. I'm gonna put it this way: if in order to win a championship, you need to get nothing but constant breaks. You're not winning shit.
Boston really showed the Heat flaws because when they stopped Jimmy, can nobody else do it? Can nobody else do anything?
And even when Jimmy was cooking, even when he was cooking,
I mean, the last two games they really let him cook. They're like, you go ahead and do you.
We didn't care about him.
Yeah,
we didn't care. We're like, look, live your life, do your thing, do your thing. We don't care. Do your thing. Do whatever you want. Because guess what's gonna happen? For every bucket you get, Jason Tatum is gonna get one. Jaylen Brown's gonna get another. Marcus Smart is gonna get one, and Al Horford is gonna eat two.
Like I said, I got Jimmy Butler hold a spot in my heart just because former Bull, but I'll be honest and say he's not really he's not gonna be my number one to go to win the championship. Number two, great, but I need somebody who's
better. I don't hate Jimmy Butler. Here's my thing with it. Ever since Jimmy Butler went to Miami, everyone's all of a sudden started pretending he was a superstar, and he's not. I'm just saying.
That's because they went to the finals, and that's when.
And they went to finals. I was like, look, that's it. And again, I'm not going to strip it for them. That's fine. But the problem is, ever since then, they've shown me they're an anomaly team. And don't hit me with this. Oh, by the way, look at them now. They made the Eastern Conference Finals, Pride. They did that going against who?
I mean, I think if Joel Embiid was fully healthy, they don't make it past. If he was healthy,
I'm 80%, and if he played those first two games, they're getting washed. Period.
I don't even care about James. Sorry, I think Maxey and Joel Embiid get the job done. And
in all honesty,
James Harden just
I think James Harden was more of a detriment, bro.
Yo,
and you heard about him talking about, oh yeah, I want to go explore my options.
Yeah.
I don't know who's more delusional at this point in their career, Russ or James Harden. I don't know who more delusional.
Yeah, but if they get Donovan Mitchell or somebody, then I would be okay with the Heat being a threat. But I never had them being a threat. Right. Anyway, we both said that when we were doing our prediction on standing.
Yeah, I was like, hey, keep it. But I don't hate him.
But I do got respect for Butler though.
Nah, man, it's fine. Look, I'm not saying he's a bum, but he's not a superstar. And the reason why I say he's not a superstar is when his buckets don't go in, he disappears. He plays like a role player. When the shot's not going in, he kind of just shuts down. That's the difference between him and Jason Tatum, between him and Giannis, between him and LeBron. Heck, even him and KD. That's the difference. Him and Luka. People who are already superstars. That's the difference. Because when he gets cold, he brings you nothing else. And this kid, he used to be a defensive specialist. People forgot that the only reason he got burned was because he was a defensive specialist. People forget that. And people keep telling me, hey, yo, he can still play great defense. He still plays great defense. And I'm like, I don't know, man, because when they needed a stop, they had to put Kyle Lowry in there. I'm going to say that one more time. Kyle Lowry.
we spend too much time on these damn Heatles.
And by the way, Rob says Warriors in 5. I promise you Boston in 7. And then when it happens, I'm not going to be able to find you. So I don't even care. Speaking of not caring, something KD needs to learn to do. Because he's back on his sensitive-ish stuff. went on a podcast. Draymond Green was like on a Colin Cowherd podcast. Colin Cowherd basically asked Draymond, "Hey, your buddy Steph does not have a Finals MVP. What is your response for those people who say that he needs it in order to be a winner?" That's what he said. And Draymond was like, "To be honest, he doesn't need it." This matter of fact, I'm gonna read y'all his exact quote. This is his exact quote. Oh, here it is. They need those shiny objects to for them to be able to analyze what's going on. Steph Curry got double teamed 7 times the amount KD did. The impact he has on a game. If you don't understand basketball, you're going to say he needs a Finals MVP to validate who he is. And then obviously, because it's Twitter, a random who probably can't even spell basketball said, quote, "Is this true?" And he tweeted at Kevin Durant. He actually tagged him in it. Now, we all know Kevin Durant on Twitter. You could literally tweet him with a poop emoji, and my guy's going to send you like 15 tweets, right? You're already famous. But his response, he retweeted and said, "From my view of it, this is 100% false." They then started going into a little back and forth where Draymond was like, "Hey, yo, stop being a bitch," and listen to the entire take before you say anything. KD was like, "Nah, I saw it all. I disagree." So, whose side are you on? And I also want to pose another question to you. Do you believe Steph needs a Finals MVP to validate himself as a great all-time player?
No, I don't. To be honest, I don't. I mean, we know he played a good role in winning all 3 of the champions. You can argue and say that the first champion should have went to him anyway, other than Iguodala. KD knows KD, so yeah, I don't think Steph really needed. I mean, if he do get one Finals, what difference would it make? I mean, people still gonna probably say, "Oh, you only got one, so you should have 4." So to me, it wouldn't make no big difference. I still think he one of the great point guards, so I'm not really tripping off that.
Okay. So first and foremost, I'm on Draymond's side to an extent. And it's just because if you watch Golden State play,
I mean, I feel like KD, he's insecure about his time in Golden State because I feel like that's something that he know what he did was like that was a whole ass move. So, but I did it anyway. So it's like now I gotta win a championship on my own. Because if I don't, now the narrative gonna be about, well, you joined the overpowerful team. So it's just like, what have you done on your own? So I feel like that shit eat at him. And when Draymond Green know how to get underneath KD's skin. So when he say shit like that, he know KD gonna respond.
Yep. And it reminds me a lot of LeBron, right? When Bron went to Miami, he knew, look, yeah, I appreciate it, but I'm never gonna get my just due until I leave and win my own chip. Because remember, people like everyone always knocks LeBron's rings in Miami. The reason why people like me who love and defend Bron, the reason why we're able to ignore him, ignore the people who say that, is because LeBron then went back to Cleveland, came back 3-1 and won the championship against a 73-9 team, and then went to LA and won another chip. So when you win a chip, when it looks like, oh, you ran to a team to get the championship, when you lead that team and then you get your own championship, now no one can really say anything about the past. Now you can't really say, oh, because it's like, all right, look, y'all can knock those. What about this one? But I now showed y'all I could do it without them.
As much as trash I do talk about LeBron, it's like at first I trashed him about to move because I was young and dumb. But as I grew older, I understand that, bro, like like I said, everybody know I'm not the biggest LeBron James, but I give credit when credit is due. But bro was really carrying trash. And it's like he had to learn how to, finally win on his own.
Mm-hmm.
And he went to Miami, he did that. But the thing with KD, Steph Curry and KD both were top 5 players. I never felt like Wade was a top 5 player when Bron went to the Heat. But KD and Steph Curry both, you can argue, was one and two at that time when KD went to Golden State.
I'll be honest.
Then they just beat you.
Personally, I still have Bron as the best.
But I meant 2-3.
Oh yeah, I was about to say, regardless how you cut it, they were both top 3 players without a doubt. And it was either, in my opinion, it was LeBron, Kevin Durant, and then Steph. I always
you can even say Steph too, because Steph already had a ring.
And that's what I'm saying. If you want to say Steph, I'm not even mad at you, because this is how I always felt. I felt like when he was in Golden State, Kevin Durant was their best player.
Yeah, in fact, he was.
Steph was the most important player, because you needed Steph out there. He was not better, in my opinion. He wasn't better than Kevin Durant.
He made life so easy for
there was still Durant. Yes, it was that impact that he still had. That impact that was like, you can go out there and Steph could literally touch the ball 0 times, and you still need to pay attention to him. You have no choice. You still have to.
Just like he said, basketball was so easy for him because, like, who the fuck you double teaming? Maybe Draymond Green, but
And honestly, I'm not doubling Draymond, right? You might have to double Clay if he's hot. You might have to double him. You might have to double Steph. You might have to double KD. It's like once there's 3 guys on the court at a time, you got to double. You're in an awkward situation.
Like this Boston series was like, damn, KD, like, man, like this ain't Golden State no more. They was attacking KD as
you gotta guard that man getting out the car in the parking lot. Like, no, bro, 100%. Like Steph really had it like that. Now, I will say this: I do think Steph Curry does need a Finals MVP on his resume.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice. It'd be nice.
Yeah, I do. Now, I'm not saying that he needs it in order for people to recognize him as an all-time great.
But when you look back, you're like, damn, he had 4 championships and
100%, 110%. Because and again, we need to be honest. Imagine if Larry Bird, when he won the imagine if he had 0 Finals MVPs to his name.
Yeah.
The Larry Bird haters already kill him for that first Finals that he didn't win an MVP. When a role player, Cornbread Maxwell, when he won Finals MVP, people still kill him. I kill Kobe Bryant. To be fair, I kill Kobe Bryant because he only has 2 Finals MVP. I kill him for it. Imagine if Magic Johnson didn't have Finals MVP. If Magic didn't have any Finals MVP, nobody calls him the best center of all, or the best point guard of all time. Think about it.
I mean, that Finals MVP, it solidifies you as the best player on your team for winning the championship.
It helps you. And I've always said this: Finals MVP, and I say it all the time in the intro. Finals MVP it's not a right now award. That's a legacy achievement. That's something like way down the road when you're done. You're trying to make your case like all the time. Let this sink in. Giannis has less rings than Steph Curry, but has more Finals MVP. Let that sink in. Paul Pierce has more Finals MVP. If we're gonna talk about it, we gotta tell the full story.
I can hear Paul truth. Hey man, I got more Finals MVP than Steph Curry.
Listen, I love Paul Pierce. I love him, but some of the stuff he be saying he be having me on the storm. But I will say, I do think he needs one. I really do.
But question to you though, like, if they win this championship this year, would you think they're a dynasty already, or would you think this would be like the cherry on top for like the Warriors dynasty or the 2010s?
I will tell you right now. I really do believe this. If they win this finals, they're putting themselves in a very interesting conversation because they will be able to say, we, with the same core players,
1-4.
Forget 4. Imagine this. With the same core players, we're able to build 2 dynasties. Let that sink in. I'm going to say that one more time. Imagine if they're able to say, with the same core players, we were able to have 2 dynasties.
Yeah, facts.
That's going to put them in a rare. That alone's going to make Draymond a Hall of Famer. That's going to make Draymond a Hall of Famer easily without a shadow of a doubt. Because I'll be honest, I don't care what no one says. Draymond is not a Hall of Fame player. I like him. He's a solid player, great player, but he's not a Hall of Famer.
He can only get in just because of accolades alone. You know,
That's it.
Like, but don't get me wrong. He do things on the floor that you know that goes unnoticed. Yeah, most definitely. But
and don't get it twisted. Again, great player.
But we seen without Steph and Clay.
And that's my point. Because I've seen Steph try to carry the team.
Yeah.
And I've seen him put up the numbers and go, look, we
got
lost.
him to play in.
But at least Clay, I've seen him carry. And if they lose, you can't blame Clay. Same thing with Steph. Every single time we see Draymond by himself, you can blame him because my guy here putting Lonzo Ball numbers.
Hey, don't
LA Lonzo Ball.
Okay.
LA Lonzo Ball. Let me clarify, because now he a stud. I like me some Lonzo. But back in LA, he was out here doing triple singles. He was getting triple singles. Like, I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying, as a standalone player, he's not making it.
Yeah, but I respect this game though. But by himself, we
100%. He's not. I'm just talking about as a player by himself. He's not.
No.
The way he makes the Hall of Fame is, like you said, Mike, it's based on his on a legacy of winning. He's going the Bill Russell route, where you're able to look at him and say, yo, he's great because look at him. He was on that championship team. All that's the route he's going. And there's multiple routes to make the Hall of Fame. There's multiple different ways.
So would you rather have Draymond Green career, or would you rather have Charles Barkley?
I'm basically Draymond now. Shit, give me Charles. I'm basically Draymond now. You wrote me out. I put the same thing up in there, bro. 2 points, 3 rebounds, 7 assists, and like 2 techs. Like, yeah, I'll do that right now. That's a tough one. That's a tough one, though. I ain't even gonna hold you. That's a tough one because it comes down to what do you value, championships or individual stats. That's like. But I never cared about. I'll be honest. I never cared about stats like that. Like in terms of me playing. Yeah. But I think it's just because me personally, I've always understood. I'm not an all-world guy. I'm a solid dude. Like I'm solid, sure, but I ain't nothing to be bragging about.
I think me, because I play basketball. I think me, if I got jumped to the NBA. And I look back on my career, like, say if I had Draymond Green career, I'd be like, I got all these championships, like, but I was never that dude. So that should have eat at me. But if I'm Charles Barkley, I'm like, man, I never won a championship, but shit, fuck it. I was that dude. I could tell my son, like Bryson, I ain't won a championship, but I was a bad motherfucker. I gave Mike some work.
Well, I'll tell you this right now. I'll take Draymond's career. I think I got to go with Charles. But the only reason I'm going to go with Draymond's is just because, like I said, during my hooping career, I never looked at myself as that dude. Like every time I play, like I've been egoless in terms of hooping only because I understood like I ain't that great. Like I'm good, but I ain't great.
My ego was big up until maybe I hit like 20 when I lost a step. I'm like, yeah, I ain't that dude no more. But if you catch me from like age 12 to maybe like 17, my ego was huge. I thought I was that. I wasn't that good, but I thought I was that dude on the court.
No, I never thought that. I never thought that. So that's why I'm more comfortable taking Draymond's career. Because like I said, right now I'll roll out and give you those numbers. Like you see what I'm saying? Like I've always felt like I'm like Draymond is a product of that system. Like Clay, you can put Clay anywhere, and Clay will be Clay.
Yeah.
Steph, you could put Steph anywhere. Steph will be Steph. Draymond needs the system. You see what I'm saying? And since I'm already in my career, I was a system player. And that's really it. Like I was just a system dude. So you're never gonna hear me talking about, yeah, bro, back high school, I was a problem. Yeah, I was a problem for my own team. Like I was a detriment. You see what I'm saying? Like you will never catch me talking about I was late. You will never ever catch me but it's because I felt like I knew myself. So since I knew myself, I was okay being like, all right, 3 points, 2 boards, 4 assists. Shit, I had a career night. Like that was me. That was me, bro. I see that and I'm like, hey, watch out. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like because of that, I'll take Draymond's career. You know what I mean?
I get your point. It's a very valid
yeah.
point.
I feel like because I feel like if you're one of those dudes that was a number 1 option in high school, you're more likely gonna take Charles Barkley's career. Yeah. Because you're a guy who likes the individual stats. If you're a guy like me who's just a role player, a system dude, you're probably going to gravitate more to Draymond.
I mean, I wouldn't be Magic and Draymond. I'm just saying, but if I'm looking at my son, I would rather tell him like, yeah, Charles Barkley's career.
But dude, but think about it. Dude, listen, Brian Scalabrine said something lit. When he won the title with the Celtics and he barely played, he was like, bro, like 50 years, I'm going to tell my son I was finals MVP. I was like, you know what? That's the mentality I got. Like, when my son grows up, I'm going to tell him, like, bro, you saw Joe Rogan? You know, I beat him up once. Swear to God, I'm telling my son that. Swear to God, I'm telling my son that. Swear to God, I'm telling my son that. And if he goes, Dad, you got proof? I'm going to be like, proof? Who you question? I'm sending him to his room. He's being punished. 100%. Yuki says, can we call CP3 a Hall of Famer? Yes. Yes, I think he's a Hall of Famer without a shadow of a doubt. You know, it's just I think he's going by the statistical avenue in terms of being a Hall of Famer. You know, Draymond's going by the championship, which again, I'm not mad at him going that championship route. If anything, it just shows that he knows himself and he knows, hey, look, I ain't no number 1 option, but hey, we coolin'. You know, hats off to him, bro. But oh man, next topic. Your favorite player, Russell Westbrook. The Lakers are expected to bring him back, which is weird because earlier this week, Russell's like, I want out. So that's going to be, that's going to be funny. Darvin Ham is going to take up the leadership role as the new head coach. Signed a 4-year deal. Bless his heart. Hey, what up, kid? What up, Munchkin? But what do you expect year 2 for Russell Westbrook in LA?
I mean, I know they just got a new head coach, Darvin Ham.
Sure.
I honestly don't know. Like I said, LeBron James need a knockdown shooter, and Russ is just not it. So it's like I don't know what to expect from year 2 with Russell Westbrook. But to me, I don't even think he's going to be back.
I think if he comes back, you're looking at more of the same.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's just me. I think you're looking at more of the same. I think you can make an argument that it might even be worse because now Russ told y'all, I don't want to be here anymore. So there's a legitimate chance this could actually be worse. You know, I think going into next year, at best they're a playing team at best.
Yeah,
you know, because LeBron's still going. Go ahead.
Yeah, LeBron gonna do with him, but you already know AD gonna miss about 25 games.
And again, that's if you're lucky.
Yeah.
That's if you're lucky. Like, you got luck on your side if you only missed that, you know? And again, like Russ, Russ played. I don't even think did he miss any games last year? Let me double check that, because I remember at one point, pretty deep into the season, they showed a stat that he was basically the only player in the Lakers lineup who hasn't missed a game. I'll tell you right now, he has played he played 78 games. 78 out of a possible 82. So that's what, 4 games he missed?
Yeah.
And ironically, Lakers probably would have been in a better place if he played less. I'm not even trying to be mean, but it's just a reality of the situation. Russ ain't that dude. Russ ain't that dude anymore in terms of winning. He's not that dude anymore. If you want to let him get the ball and run at his pace, he's fine. But in terms of winning, he's way past his career. Way past his career. And now it's to the point that in terms of shooting, he can't shoot, period.
Yeah.
Like, dude, this mid-range is now gone. He shot 44% from the floor, but think about it, man. Like, a lot of that was layups. And even then he was missing layups at a wild rate. That ain't dunks.
Like, yeah, Lakers in a real weird spot. Like, I don't know what they're gonna do this offseason. And I'm curious to see what they're gonna do.
Yeah. I'm very curious too. I really am. Because if I'm them, I gotta move on from Russ. I gotta move on from Russ. And I'm giving, maybe it's just me, I'm giving these dudes, and I'm talking about THT, AD. I'm giving them 1 year. I'm sitting them down and saying, look, y'all got to get it together. AD, you got superstar talent. Yeah. Unfortunately, we never see it.
Yeah.
Get on the court, and THT, you got me feel like I'm on THT because you're ridiculous, bro. You're ridiculous. You need to get it together. Kendrick Nunn, dude ain't play a game, and he opted into his contract. So I don't even know what they want to say with him.
I think the only guy who other than LeBron who I'll bring you back probably was Malik Monk.
To be honest.
They don't have to eventually end up biting them bullet and giving up a first round pick just to get Westbrook off the team. Like,
nah. You know what? You know, if they keep Russ, I just say whatever, I keep him for the rest of the year, then let him walk after.
I'm saying rebuild the team might look at that like, all right, we can take his contract, you take these contracts. Like Indiana Pacers, like you get Halliburton. What you need Malcolm Brogdon for? You rebuilding. Go ahead, flip Malcolm Brogdon for Russell Westbrook.
Right.
You can play Halliburton. You can even get off Buddy Hill. Play those two together.
And Buddy Hill, yeah. Put those, yeah.
Next year, let Westbrook walk. Now you got, you're freeing up your cap space.
Mm-hmm. Yuki says thoughts on the Madden 23 cover. I don't know if you saw it, bro, but I thought it was not only the most obvious. Yeah. I thought it was the most beautiful. I thought it was the best cover. I look like usually when I look at the covers, I think there's one that stands out. I love all three of them.
Yeah, like they out of all the Madden covers, we can put it on the screen. They never put any effort into Madden. They put effort into that Madden
went
cover.
All out. Yes,
you can see the color,
out.
All that.
Yep, they went all out. I like how.
But the only thing, please don't make it shitty. Please do not make this a shitty game.
I'll be honest with you. I think of all of them, I think this is the one they're probably gonna take uber serious and go, yeah, bro, let's we're gonna have to be nice with it. Yeah. I think this is gonna be the year. I do like how the All Madden edition, it has him breaking out. That was the cover of was it the first ever Madden?
I think so.
It might have been the first ever Madden. That right there, I love it. I think it's a beautiful callback. I loved it. I thought it was perfect. I thought it was But just like you did, Mike, it was perfect. And I'm with you, man. Just don't make the game horrible.
I thought it was gonna be two. I thought John Madden would get the Legend edition, but I did think Aaron Donald would get like the regular edition cover because
you know what they're probably gonna do? They're probably gonna do they're gonna make Aaron Donald a 99 overall in the game. He's gonna be in the 99 club, and they'll probably have like a special what's that called? Bro, I'm drawing a brain fart. Bro, I'm sped.
What, X Factor?
No, not X Factor, bro. What is wrong with me?
Is it a cover?
No, it's a game mode in Madden.
A game mode?
Yeah, bro, I'm retarded.
It's either face of the franchise or just career mode.
No, not the career mode. It's the one when you play online and you can have anybody from.
Oh yeah, Mud. Yeah, Ultimate Team.
Yeah, Madden Ultimate Team, bro. I'm so sped, dude. I'm so embarrassed. Yes, Madden Ultimate Team. They're probably gonna have like a special edition for him. Probably do like an out of position card, something like that. You know what I mean? Like an out of position or like something like they'll probably give him something nice right out of the gate. That's what I would do. I would give him something nice right out of the gate. Because I'll be honest, man. Like no cap, bro. If John Madden hadn't passed away, I was like, yeah, Aaron Donald gotta be the cover.
Yeah, for sure.
He
Me too.
Gotta be the cover.
Yeah,
he gotta be.
And I even gave damn, what's the fucking wide receiver name?
Which one?
The Rams. Shit, how the fuck I forget his name. Yeah, I even thought Cooper Kupp might get a look. Anyway, I thought one of them two might get it. Fucking Matthew Stafford. Nah, I didn't.
No, fuck out of there. Fuck out of there. I thought they were gonna do like an all LA edition. Like I would have wanted to, but I thought the base would have been Matthew Stafford. The legend one probably would have been Aaron Donald, and then like the all matter one probably would have been Cooper Kupp or something like that. You know, that's something I would have done. But I think everyone had a discussion when John Madden passed away. We're like, oh yeah, it's going to John Madden. Easy. But the final topic, because I see a little one's face. He's like, yo, let's wrap it up. Game one, the Boston Celtics are going to travel to Golden State. He threw up? Ooh, I thought he threw up. I was about to say, wow, my guy really fed up. But Boston Celtics are traveling to Golden State to play the Warriors. Who you got game one?
I think the Boston come out and take game one. But ultimately, I do got the Warriors in 6, man. I'm sorry. But I do think Boston have a chance. The only reason why I'm saying the Warriors because, I mean, you got 4 guys who can give you 30. You got Clay, Poole, Wiggins, Steph Curry.
Oh, you put Wiggins giving you 30, maybe.
I mean, he give you 1 game, maybe.
Oh, you're talking about just for 1 game. Okay.
But this is just like every young team got to get their heart broken before they really, learn. I feel like, but I think Boston will be back though. But I would like the Boston to win. Though I think that would be like, people say Warriors be a better story, but I think Boston will. You overcame Brooklyn, you overcame Milwaukee.
Bro, the last 3 years, the teams that beat us in the playoffs, we beat them this year.
And then you
couple that with the fact that before the All-Star break, we're 23-24. People are talking about we gotta blow the team up, all this stuff to
Marcus
go to
Smart came out, calling the team out.
Bro, going that to all of a sudden us winning.
Even farther back, Brad Stevens stepped down.
Yeah, bro. We went Game 7 with LeBron, and people say, to this day, people say this, and I personally believe this. If Boston makes it to the finals instead of Cleveland, I think we win it. Because I just think our length, our youth, our athleticism, and the fact that we're able to switch constantly.
Yeah, I think defensive wise, you just can't let. I mean, I'd be cool with Steph Curry doing him, but you just can't. You guys can't let Jordan Poole get off, Andrew Wiggins get off. Guys
My only
like
thing
that.
is I got 2 concerns. I only have 2 concerns. And by the way, I'm saying Boston in 7.
Y'all guys match up real,
Yeah.
real nice.
And by the way, if you think Warriors in 6, this is one of those series that I'm not mad if you say Warriors in 6. I was on TikTok earlier, and some moron who probably never, who's the shape of a basketball, probably never dribbled one ever in his life. He was like, "Oh yeah, the defense won't matter against Golden State." I'm like, you're dumb, because Golden State loves a pick and roll. Boston defensively is the best team against the pick and roll. Are you dumb or are you dumb? I only have 2 concerns. One, the turnovers. We need to keep them low. Because there's no way we're going to be able to have 20 turnovers and looking in the mirror talking about we should have won that game. That's one. And 2, the scoring droughts. We cannot have those.
Yeah, because if you can't get back on. If you get down 10, you can't recover with just as Warriors team.
If 100%, if we're down 10, that's against a team like Golden State, bro. You can't.
And even if you up 10, you can't let your foot off the gas.
No, you can't. No, you cannot. You cannot under any circumstances.
I think it'll be a good series. I maybe even stretch it to 7. I think it's gonna be a real good team. I hope it's a good series because the conference final wasn't that much entertaining. So I'm hoping we get a.
I don't know if it was me, bro. This was the most boring Game 7 that I've seen in a while.
So I'm hoping this a good series. Like shit, and you know how I feel about JT shit. So man.
That's my boy. Quarterback.
You might see me pop on the show with a Boston jersey.
You better.
Jason Tatum.
You better. And I mean that. You
but
better.
I'm low key room for the Celtics just because I love Jason Tatum. But if I had to make a prediction, like Warriors got a lot of offensive firepower that can get off.
I'm not mad at you for saying that.
But I think if Boston bring it on defense, they got a chance to calm them down because they killed the Mavericks, but Boston's a different beast.
Yeah, 100%.
When it comes to defense,
100%. But I think we both can agree. Regardless, it's definitely going to be a series.
And we had Udoka in our hands.
Yep,
we could have had him as our head coach.
Imagine. Billy Donovan is still a solid coach.
Yeah, he's a solid coach.
Don't poop on him. Follow us on Twitter at Prideful Takes. If there's any news you guys want to talk about, feel free to tag us in it. Catch us on Facebook at Prideful Takes and also on YouTube at Prideful Takes.
Question: Who wins Finals MVP? Tatum or Brown?
Tatum. I think the storyline for Tatum is just too great. Yeah. But I will say this, with the introduction of that whole Eastern Conference Award thing, I think what people are going to start doing is kind of doing a clean slate, and then they're going to go into the finals and basically start looking at the finals by itself now.
Yeah.
So don't be surprised if Jaylen Brown hoops. Yeah. He might win it. Imagine if they get a Marcus Smart. I'll laugh. Visit our website, www.pridefultakes.com. Not only is every episode of the podcast up there, but we also have original articles. And check us out on Spotify and Apple Podcasts at the Prideful Takes Podcast. If you have an iPhone, just say, "Hey Siri, play the Prideful Takes Podcast." And oh my Lord, my phone. Hold on, baby girl. And also, like always, go to fatco.com, use discount code Prideful Takes, get 15% off all your organic skincare needs. I love you too, big girl. I love you too, big girl. But it's your boy Pride. Mike, you got any final words, homie?
Hey, 100 episodes Friday, man. Congratulations, my guy, man.
You need to be on it. I don't care.
Yeah, hopefully I ain't doing that. I'm trying to tap in.
If you can, bro. If you can, because man, 100.
Yes, sir.
It's crazy, bro. Like, I remember we were talking about this a few weeks ago, and I was like, yeah, bro, it's gonna be cool. And all of a sudden, it's like right around the corner. And I'm like, huh. Crazy. I'm like, wow, I really didn't think it would ever be like that. That's crazy. But yeah, man, it's appreciated, man. It's definitely been a journey, right, kid? Yeah. She knows it's definitely been a journey, definitely ups and downs, and I'm gonna have a whole speech on Friday, so I'm gonna have to write it. All right, go to your mom. Daddy will be out in a minute. But on behalf of my boy Mike, it's your boy Pride. We'll be back here on Friday for episode 100. Until then, y'all know what to do. Be safe.
Knew where that was going. That was a great read. Oh, Lillard from the logo. That'll quiet the
2 on the season. 2nd and 1 for the Bills. They handle the rush. Allen looking. End zone.
To Shohei Ohtani. Center field. Let's watch it go.
Did several of those inside low kicks.